friends. Papa Dale here, and we are pursuing a series of studies about the teachings of the Bible, about 100 teachings total, and they're essentially topical issues. Some people call it systematic theology, and rather than get intimidated by big theological words, all it is the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of the Bible that are systematized, topically presented so that a person can understand them simply and easily. By the way, when you see me move my arm up there, that means that I'm scrolling my notes so that I can keep track of what I'm saying. So anyway, this is lesson number 2. It's called General Revelation. Today is January 3rd, 2004. And so let me put on my reading glasses here so I can see what it is that I have to say. And lesson number 2, General Revelation. General Revelation refers to God revealing something of himself through his creation. You can see more about that in Psalm 19, and also through the human conscience. And you can read more about that in Romans chapter 1. Knowledge about God through general revelation is limited because it does not intend to reveal the salvific. You can't get saved just because of natural revelation or revelation of the human conscience. General revelation only communicates general knowledge about God and his character, and it seeks to make man sufficiently curious to move him to look for further revelation. In natural revelation, we look macroscopically at the vastness and the fine-tuning of the universe, and microscopically at the intricate detail and irreducible complexity. And in these, we recognize that God is all-powerful and wise. He is the greatest of all designers, engineers, planners, and multitaskers. In the revelation of conscience, we can also look inward to our innate sense of right and wrong and know that there is a moral lawgiver in the universe, one who has created us and put inside of us the knowledge of right and wrong. Or we can do what man has done throughout history, suppress the truth and continue life in unrighteousness. See Romans chapter 1, verse 18. Most of the time, humans are aware of right and wrong and aware of moral values, but they suppress those. They make those secondary to what they think is the priority of their life, which is to do whatever it is they want to do in life. In spite of all the wonderful information disclosed in natural revelation, it is incomplete. It's not salvific. The Bible notes that the fall of man into sin was the cause of much distress in the natural world too, because of the subsequent curse that God put on the world. See Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. It's like a grand wedding cake made perfectly, still beautiful, but the baker used salt instead of sugar. Ew, yuck, that tastes terrible. And what we see in our world is beautiful, it's wonderful, because it still has the echo of the grandeur of God in its creation. But the problem is that mankind changed all of the sugar that God used in baking that cake into salt. And so it's nasty now. It still looks great, but deep inside, it's not very great. The knowledge discerned from nature is therefore distorted. First, because by sin, man's ability to comprehend the creation of God is negatively affected. See 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. Second, because the fundamental change in the natural world itself It makes it difficult and uncooperative. See Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. Natural revelation alone is not sufficient for understanding how to know God accurately, or how to interact with a being that is infinitely holy. But natural revelation provides enough knowledge about God for us to be stimulated to seek for Him if we are a humble-hearted and sincere seeker. It also means that we're held accountable for suppressing God's truth in unrighteousness by smothering the impulses of our heart, which is the revelation of conscience, the revelation of conscience toward God when we ignore Him. Let me start over. The revelation of conscience towards God when we ignore Him and reject Him. Read Romans chapters 1 and 2. So God is a transcendent being. He lives in a reality that we do not have natural access to. It's like a poor metaphor might be Western Europe had no idea about the existence of Native Americans in Africa, and there's no way that they could have knowledge of that because the gap between them was too great, between Europe and North America, the Atlantic Ocean. And there is a great gulf, a great gap between the world that we live in and the world that God naturally lives in. His world is a metaphysical world. Our world is the physical world. And we'll probably talk more about that later on, but it's kind of like Jesus said, the wind, you can't see the wind, but the wind blows where it wants to. And you can see the effects of the wind, even though you can't see the wind. And God interacts with human beings in a similar way. We can't see Him personally. We can't actually see with our own eyes any image of Him or his being, but we can see the effects that He has on our physical world. And it's by the implications of these effects that we can then logically deduce that He does exist. So we're going to continue on. That's lesson number 2. We're going to continue on in the study. Let me take these reading glasses off. Should have taken them off earlier. But we're going to continue on in our study. Let's see. The title of the next study is Special Revelation. This is where we talk about the Bible itself. This study today has been about natural revelation, the revelation in the natural world, in the world around us, and in our own created being, our own conscience. But this next one is going to be talking about special revelation, which principally is the Bible itself. So you can ask questions, or you can comment at the bottom of this video, or you can reach me at Dale Warren on my Facebook page and ask questions or comment, or you can reach me on the Facebook Messenger application. Just direct message me, and I'll be happy to interact with you. And in the meantime, until the next video, y'all have a blessed day.